drums, please give it up for Mr. Douglas Lippi.
Okay, this is going to be a short video. This is my second live performance with the Yamaha EAD10. The first time I actually caught the problem during sound check, so at least it didn't screw up the performance. But this time it did happen during a live performance and totally hosed me on two different songs. So the issue is I have an XP80 pad connected up to trigger port number 5. And the issue is I hit the pad to trigger a wave. One of the waves just plays once and then stops. The other plays in a loop. You know, I hit it, it starts the loop, I hit the pad again and it stops the loop. So that part works great. The issue was, and the other video I have the link to up here now. But the issue was here in the trigger settings, pad type, and here is my pad type, the XP80, and it turned out to be in the min level settings. So you can see here I have it at 60 right now, and that is the value that does work. The default value is 1, which works fine if you're using this pad just to play some of the built-in sounds. But what I found was that if you use it for a wave file, for whatever reason, it will constantly trigger. Like if you hit any other drum or any other cymbal, it will trigger the damn thing. And so, that's freaking annoying. So I found out that this setting, resolves that issue. So everything was cool. I was, using this thing during rehearsals. It was reliable. Everything was great. Then I came in and I was messing around trying to get the other two zones on the XP80 working. So totally unrelated to this issue, but during my troubleshooting I changed the pad type. And, I tried a bunch of different pad types just as a troubleshooting step. Let's do that here. So I would cycle through and try to get my other zones on this pad working, and turned out to be something totally else. But the issue is, and I didn't know this, and this is what happened, was when you cycle to a different pad type, it resets everything to the default values. And so you'll see here the min level now is 1. And so I didn't know this, and during my show I got all sorts of misfires. I mean, just an unbelievable amount, and it was brutal. I ended up, I had to turn down the trigger volume. I just yanked it all the way down. I said screw it. And that turned it off. So that was the drastic measure I had to take. So the moral of this story and the purpose of this video is, if you change the pad types, you have to go back in and reset any custom settings you've made. You have to go back and put them in, and there is no way to save these. So it's definitely a product limitation that everybody that uses external pads and custom settings needs to be aware of. And that goes for not just this one setting. I tested any other setting like gain there. You can see the default value is 18. I can change this down to 1, for example. And if I go away from it, you'll see it saves everything. And if I turn it off, it will save everything. The only thing is if you change the pad type. So let's go back to it now. And you'll see the gain is at 1 again. That's where I set it. So everything's cool until you change the pad type and go back. And there's the gain back to the default value. And same with min level. So there you have it. Be aware of that, guys. Fortunately it wasn't a big show, but man, Yep, that's strike 2 against Yamaha EAD10. I swear I really want this thing to work, but man, there's only so many times you can get nailed during a live performance before you kind of give up. But I'm not to that point yet. I'm going to continue to use this and post my findings in future videos.